Have an itch to go diving? Visit LeisurePro.com, where they have the largest selection of dive gear and a best price match guarantee. And Leisure Pro could get your order to you fast. Well, maybe not that fast, but I think you get the idea.
The Florida Keys are home to a protected 2,800 square mile national marine sanctuary, an abundance of wrecks, and over 6,000 different species. But whether you're a diver or a snorkeler, there's always room for one more.
Hey Scuba Nation, this is Mitch. Just want to let you know when I dive the 305, I always dive on Aquatic Explorers. They feature a brand new dive boat with a crew that's second to none. So when you're ready to plan your next diving adventure, the best boat and crew for private charters, and all your certification needs by world-class instructors, please click or call the friends of the program, Aquatic Explorers. This edition of Scuba Nation is brought to you by Leisure Pro, the Divers Emporium. The Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. Sea Dog and Shipyard Ales, the official beer of Scuba Nation.
This time on Scuba Nation.
The boys take pirate historian Pat Croce.
We love pirates.
Treasure diving to search for the same booty the buccaneers plundered ages ago. We team up with our friend Sean Fisher at Mel Fisher Treasures to dive the Atocha, a fabled ship that is still producing jaw-dropping amount of treasure.
Arrgh! Pirates and diving next on Scuba Nation.
Who is Scuba Nation? Billy C. Boston born and raised.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Hey, Billy C would dive a puddle if it was deep enough.
Bitch and Mitch. Southern boy.
Diving's like pizza. When it's good, it's great, and when it's bad, it's still good.
Two ordinary guys with a thirst for getting wet and exploring all things scuba. We are Scuba Nation. One nation underwater.
Presented by Leisure Pro.
Stop, you filthy pirate! Arrgh, arrgh, you got me now, you filthy magistrate.
Mine did go off. Here, let me have your gun. Will you drop that thing again?
Why is the rum always gone?
Because of me.
We do weddings and bar mitzvahs. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye! By proclamation of the king, let it be known that the notorious diving pirate, Billy the Sea, has been captured.
There. Screw it.
Welcome to Scuba Nation. I'm Mitch.
I'm Billy C.
And we're on the hunt for pirates in Florida, in one of my old stomping grounds, St. Augustine, Florida.
We're at the Pirate and Treasure Museum. We're going to learn about the golden age of piracy. We're also going to take you to Key West to dive the Atocha, a shipwreck that yielded $500 million worth of loot.
So it's pirates, grog, and booty, this time on Scuba Nation.
Arrgh.
Our guest diver for this show is our friend Pat Croce. Pat is fanatical about pirate history. He also is a motivational speaker, best-selling author, and as president of the Philadelphia 76ers, he took the team from worst to first in 2001. He is also a prolific entrepreneur with 6 landmark restaurants in Key West, including the Rum Barrel, where divers can get 10% off any order just by showing their diver certification card. One thing that Pat has not done, though, is gone treasure diving. So he teamed up with Mel Fisher Treasures in Key West to hunt for the same bling his beloved pirates looked for back in the golden days of piracy.
We have dove at Mel Fisher's Treasures before. Sean has become a good friend of ours. And now, Mel Fisher Treasures is a friend of the program. Last year it was the Margarita. This season we get the marquee ship, the Atocha.
Bounce my way into a different point of view.
So our adventure begins in Key West, Florida, home of Mel Fisher treasures, and the gateway to the Atocha salvage site.
That's right, today is the day, man. Wow, they dug the hole, they dusted the sand away, and they got underneath it, and there was a pile of silver that was 5 feet tall, 20 feet wide, and 70 feet long. Had 990 silver bars in it, 30 chests of silver coins, another 20-some chests of gold bars and gold discs.
That's a lot of booty.
But today's the day. We're going to find a bigger pile than that one.
How cool is it to have a dream fulfilled? Being a pirate aficionado, having the opportunity to dive on the Atocha, one of the grand treasure galleons of all times. It was found by Mel Fisher, so we know that there's treasure below this deck.
Sean Fisher is Mel Fisher's grandson. As a tribute to Mel, Sean has carried on Mel's motto, "Today's the day," with pride. Today's the day is the mantra to find the second motherlode of treasure that's still out there from the Atocha. Love what we are doing? You too can dive the Atocha. Find out more, visit melfisher.com.
Treasure diving! We're looking for treasure! Pirates, Plunder! Croce and Fisher, the gang, the men, the myth.
Anniversary coming up. This is the time when I could definitely get her something other than a box of Cracker Jacks, you know, the little jewelry that comes in the box of Cracker Jacks. So it's time to get it done today. Today is the day.
You know they always count the best for last. That's one.
On the ground, I'm piling up the nickels and the dimes.
Well, I was expecting to find a boat,
Been sitting here so long.
but there's no boat down there.
Again, something's wrong. I'm taking all the
Pat has never dove the Atocha, which blew me away.
on the town.
He was like a little boy at Christmas, and he was just having the best time down there, finding the same plunder his pirates were looking for.
So you got anticipation.
We are officially on the search for treasure.
And you kind of like shoot right down to the sandy bottom because the current flows through there. It's between the Marquesas, it's between the dry Tortugas, and that's like a column of water that is flowing in and out from the tidal currents.
It's blowing down here, man.
Here and find something to do. All I've got in front of me are rubber bands.
So I jump off the starboard side of the ship. Immediately, the current takes me. No one told me about the current.
It weighs a quarter ton.
The pirates are back and smuggling!
Into a different point of view. I can't wait anymore.
And they blow the sand out of the way so they could get down to the bedrock.
Wait a while, just walk out, going straight for a mile, just walk right out.
And we'd kind of say, well, isn't that going to blow the treasure around? Not at all, because the treasure's really, really heavy. And the treasure will sit on that bedrock. They clear the sand out of the way, and it's time to go treasure diving.
The treasure just doesn't rest there. You have to dig and hunt for it. You got to go in, they need metal detectors. And this sea is really large.
I can't ignore that it's a quarter after 4.
To dive the treasure galleon, the Atocha.
Wait a while, just walk out, going straight for a mile, just
What I love about this dive is the same kind of treasure galleons that pirates tried to plunder.
more. I'll just pick myself up off the floor and keep on walking forevermore. I'll just walk out. It's all over now.
Plunder a treasure galleon? Untold riches. It would set a pirate on his life forever. All the rum and riches and romance with just one piece of 8.
Silver and gold.
I'll just walk out. I'll move on somehow.
And there's a chance right below us
I won't wait a while. I'll just walk
for that piece of 8. Do I believe it? Yes!
out. It's all over now. I'll just walk right out that
Is there a good chance? No!
I'm still counting pennies that I've thrown.
But we're going after it anyway.
Up next, Professor Croce gives us our Pirate 101 class. And more treasure hunting on the Atocha. Stay tuned.
Oh man, what a great dive. You know where we're headed.
The Rum Barrel offers the tastiest of Key West cuisine and ice-cold beer and spirits to wet any whistle. Divers, show your certification card and get 10% off any order. Dive, decompress, Rum Barrel, Key West. Dive the Atocha with Mel Fisher's expedition in Key West. Be a treasure hunter and dive the active wreck site of the richest Spanish galleon ever discovered. Mel Fisher and his crew discovered the Motherlode in 1985. Today, the search continues for the remaining hundreds of millions of dollars in cargo. The Fisher family now invites you to learn proper salvage techniques from the world's greatest treasure hunters. Join us for the adventure of a lifetime. Today's the day.
Born in Maine, created by Alan Pugsley, world-class craft brewer. Sea Dog, now sailing in Florida. And available in cans. Sea Dog is award-winning. A perfect fit for our Florida lifestyle. Visit our brew houses in Clearwater and Orlando.
This edition of Scuba Nation is brought to you by Reef Safe, biodegrades in oceans, non-toxic to sea life. Scuba Works, quality runs deep. And Spare Air, there when you need it.
Hey, Billy C here. When Scuba Nation rolls into St. Augustine, we stay at the Carriageway Inn. Imagine waking up to this beautiful 126-year-old Victorian home in the heart of St. Augustine's historic district. Visit us at carriageway.com. Welcome back. We're going treasure diving with our friend Pat Croce, a famous pirate historian. But first, we visit Pat at his pirate museum in St. Augustine, where you can visit Pat's latest attraction, Colonial Quarter. Live and breathe the atmosphere of old Florida. America's first city is also home to Flagler College and the Fountain of Youth, where Mitch and I look to turn back the clock on our rock and roll lifestyle.
One nation.
Underwater. I need me some Fountain of Youth water.
Is it working? Is the hair growing back at all? No? It's still missing? Are the crow's feet going away? Well, almost anything. It's a time for lunch. You might have all kinds of good stuff. That smells awesome.
Here we're telling the story of the Timucua Indians who lived on this property for over 4,000 years and ate lots of different things, snake, oyster, all kinds of animals were involved.
Hey-yo!
Oh, wow, bro!
Fire in the hole!
So Pat, tell us about pirates in Florida.
Well, you're starting at the right spot. St. Augustine is the epicenter of pirates because right out this window, across this bay, on the other side of the Castillo de San Marcos, the fort, in 1586, Sir Francis Drake sailed in with 25 vessels and 2,300 men and burnt this damn city to the ground.
To the ground.
To the ground.
That's a party I want to go
and then
to.
Blackbeard sailed on the east coast of Florida.
I can't hold on much longer, Captain.
your own ship. When you came aboard a ship, pirates or buccaneers or even privateers, you had to sign the articles. And the articles dictated the rules and regulations aboard your ship.
Arr, Mitch, hard to starboard.
Aye, Captain.
What were we drinking last night again?
It designated how much plunder each one got and the punishment should you not follow the rules and regulations. Now you're talking about very serious, hard men.
If our government could function like that.
Well, they're punks. Now Black Bart, he captured 400 ships in a 4-year time span. So after that, so after he beats up the captain because the captain did something he didn't like.
Like I do with you.
Well, but the problem is, then they voted, you never do disrespect the captain, and they hung him.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do to you.
Just like he does to me.
That's what we're gonna do to you. If I had my way, this is where we would take Mitch.
These guys are unbelievable.
Genius.
And well, you know what? Enough. So in 1670, Mariana, the Queen Regent of Spain, says enough, and she authorizes funding for the building of the Castillo de San Marcos, the big fort.
No more plundering.
No more plundering since that day.
My reputation was so...
I gotta tell you, your enthusiasm, your passion for this stuff is incredible. I just love it. What are some of your favorite pieces?
Well, one of them's right here. This is a journal. Rarely do journals exist where they're in such pristine condition. This is from 1699. Whoa! This is when they captured William Kidd from Boston and took him to execution dock to be hung. Now I want you to look down here. That third line from the bottom. That third line. Yep. This day we received Captain Kidd and 3 more on board as our prisoners.
Look at the penmanship.
The beautiful thing about it.
People don't write like that anymore. Yeah, where do you think they might have left some of his loot?
I'll tell you, some of it was probably right in this chest. This is Captain Kidd's chest, his personal chest. Wow. Every captain had his own. Look, you can have it here, right down here. William Kidd.
William Kidd.
Probably one of the oldest wanted posters in the world. 1696. This is an original. And I'm telling you, the best part about this is anytime you see the flag, the skull and crossbow profile, that's Henry Avery. He never got caught. We embrace the pirates here in America.
We love pirates.
We love pirates.
Up next, more Pirate Plunder with Pat Croce. But first, a few words from our sponsors.
Friends of the program, the Ultimate Getaway is the diving liveaboard for adventures to the dry Tortugas and the USS Mohawk. She is a 100-foot vessel that is stable and fast, perfect for the trip to the open seas. Unlimited dives and nitrox is available on board. A seasoned crew that caters to recreational and tech divers. The Ultimate Getaway is an experience you will never forget. No passport required.
Hey honey, I'm on LeisurePro.com shopping for a new dive computer. I'm actually blogging with another diver that has the same one. Let me call you right back.
Have a question about a product? At LeisurePro.com, you can ask questions with other Leisure Pro customers about the products you want before you buy.
Sure.
Whoa! When Billy C and Mitch finish our dives on Saturdays, we head on over to Tobacco Road
For all you can eat, dig in, and pig out barbecue.
Tobacco Road, Miami's oldest watering hole, is serving up
all you can eat barbecue.
Every Saturday, starting at noon. Divers, see cards means no cover on Saturdays.
All you can eat barbecue every Saturday right here at Tobacco Road. One nation, eating barbecue.
Our coral reefs have suffered a 90% loss over the last 20 years. Ocean temperature change combined with pollution has taken a serious toll. Ken Niedermeyer, a CNN hero and founder of the Coral Restoration Foundation, is changing that. Since 2004, the Coral Restoration Foundation has grown and planted thousands of new corals. His pioneering and proven methods are used both here and abroad, but Ken needs your help.
Visit coralrestoration.org. Donate now and make a world of difference for our oceans.
Hey, it's Mitch with ScubaNation. If you're a parent of a child with autism like me, I want to tell you about a great organization called CARD. CARD stands for the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities. Located throughout the state of Florida, CARD serves both children and adults who have autism or other disabling conditions and their families. Services are free of charge and include family support, consultation, and educational activities like the surf camp on Miami Beach. For more information, you can call them at 1-800-9-AUTISM or visit their website at umcard.org. This edition of Scuba Nation is brought to you by Leisure Pro, the Divers Emporium. Ocean-minded footwear. Live, protect, respect. Maris, the official equipment provider for Scuba Nation. When Scuba Nation stays in Key West, we stay at the Banyan Resort. We invite you to experience the world full of lush, fragrant gardens on a Caribbean estate tucked away in the heart of Old Town Key West. The Banyan Resort is an ideal location for the weekend getaway or a long-term stay where we offer the perfect blend of history and modern convenience.
Welcome back, Scuba Nation. Now that Croce dropped the 411 of pirate history on our heads, it's time to bring him into our world, the world of scuba diving. We got a date with the Atocha, plundering time.
Mitch, what are we seeing here? Well, what we got going down is the mailbox. As you can see, these guys, they kind of look like the letter J, but once they're inverted, what's going to happen is that we're going to catch the engine's prop wash. It's going to force water down this guy right here, and that's what's going to blow open these holes so we can find some gold.
Billy, when's the last time you did something for the first time?
Today! Treasure hunting, it gets in you. It's like, it's a whole new way of diving.
The prince of treasure hunting, Sean Fisher. It's just not treasure hunting, it's on the Atocha with Sean Fisher. The DNA from Mel Fisher. We're not talking about some flaky treasure hunter. This is the real deal.
So, Croce, tell me, you're down there looking for the same bling your pirates were looking for.
Drake, you must have been boiling, dude. 44 years before the Atocha went down, Drake was plundering the same kind of vessels.
Wow. If you find enough today, then maybe the Queen of England will let you.
And you have to look for under every rock, under every shell. You have to turn over.
The blowers dug a deep 15-foot hole, and then you get into the hole and the current goes over your head. And what do I see in the hole? Nothing.
Well, as soon as you get down there, it's time to kick off your fins. I like to take my fins off and I buckle them into my BC. You're crawling around on the bedrock searching for treasure.
Gold will look like gold, and emerald will look like emerald.
Gold looks just like it did when it sank. The silver build up a crustacean on it over time.
It gets dirty, it gets black, and it looks like an Oreo cookie.
Because you could mistaken that Oreo cookie for a shell, for a rock.
And one of the divers has the metal detector. Beep, 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 beep.
I was sifting through the shells and the sand myself. Then I got smart. I said, I'm going to follow the guy with the metal detector.
God, what is that? And you're like, oh my God, that's treasure.
And man, when you find that coin, you tingle from your toes all the way to the top of your head. I mean, you're in awe. You're looking at this thing and not a human hand has touched this thing for over 400 years. You're the first to do that. It's a crazy experience.
And then almost you start digging like a dog after a bone.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Everybody knows what that is? I've never held on to something so tight in my life. I think I've got it permanently embedded into my skin here, so check it out though. Let's see. That's it. What do you think, Captain? An Oreo cookie?
What you got is a Spanish piece of 8, a 1 ounce silver coin from the Atocha.
Wow. That's incredible, man. Ay, que linda! Let's put that right there. Atocha silver.
Yeah, that's 1 piece of 8 worth, I don't know how much. I'd pay a fortune for it because it has never been touched before since 400 years ago.
Oreo cookie! Oreo!
Croce scores!
And this pirate got it.
Look at that.
Look at that, bro.
Are you a pirate? Do you plunder?
You kidding me?
Are you a plundering pirate? Look at that. Look at that. Oreo cookies. Hey, I don't want to have to find them twice. Can I get some milk with these Oreo cookies? Gotta clean up those babies.
Yeah, how heavy they are.
They are heavy.
They're heavy. They're like, wow.
1 ounce each.
Jeez Louise, man.
Sean, this is absolute. Folks at home,
cool,
you find your first one, no, it's game over. Because when we go, where's the next hole? When do we go back in?
Next year, you're gonna be working for me by next year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, brother, today's the day.
Today's the day. Wow.
I tell you what, treasure diving is like the Easter Bunny came to your house and put Easter eggs all over your house, and now it's time to go through your house and your backyard to find it.
Because you could do treasure hunting yourself as well. Get in touch with Mel Fisher Treasures down here in Key West. If you're a scuba diver, you gotta do some treasure diving. It's very addictive.
Fisher, Croce, Bitch and Mitch, Billy C, the pirates we plundered. Friends like treasure live forever.
Stop, you filthy pirate!
Arg, arg, you got me now, you filthy magistrate.
My head go off.
Welcome, ScubaNation. I'm Mitch.
I'm Billy C.
And we are here on the hunt.
Here, let me have your gun. Will you drop again?
Why is the always going?
Cousin Nate.
We do weddings and bar mitzvahs.
I need a drink.
Woo, this stuff is hot.
In Florida, when we're in
You filthy magistrate.
I love it. I love the accent. Well done.
in Florida on the hunt for pirates.
I threw you for a loop, didn't I?
There. Screw it. Forget all boys. Need a meet in the hall.
I need a little paper.